What up, people? So this is me. Okay, walks with Kayla. Walking to the bus. I can't talk. I'll be talking all day. Blah, 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 blah. Get on camera. My tongue starts getting all tied up and stuff. It's the weirdest shit. Anyway, my random walks to the bus. Been doing this for years. Well, this episode of Walks with Kayla, I'm talking about success blockers. I came across a video yesterday about success blockers, and they told you to take a quiz. Stuff. It was a very weird quiz. The questions seemed very simple, and I was like, this is not gonna work. They're gonna give me some random crap. And so, plus the test was very encouraging, which was weird, and at the end of it, she came on and she told you what your number one success blocker was. And for me, it's my mind and the fear of failure. And I was like, damn, they right. Because I was like, at first I was going to lie to myself, but I'm telling myself the truth from now on. I'm not going to lie. If I'm not okay, I'm not okay. If I'm not happy, I'm not happy. You understand? I'm not saying I'm going to act a fool, because that's just stupid. But even if I tell other people, yeah, I'm good, I need to be honest with myself. And for a very long time, I haven't been. So, the teacher has to do and practice what she preaches. So this is what I told one of my students. Stop pretending like you're okay with something when you're really not. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying you have to tell other people that you're not okay. But you got to be honest with yourself. You're a star player. You got to be honest with yourself on how you feel so you can move through it. But if you pretend like it's not happening, yourself is looking at you like you act like I'm not you, Anyway, back to the topic. So at first I was like, nah, I ain't got no success blockers. I don't got a fear of failure. I was like, nah, that's not true. Then myself was like, bitch, who you fooling? And I was like, and then she started going through it. She started saying that it stemmed from childhood, and they were like, was failure okay? No, it was not. Not in a Panamanian household. It was not okay. Failure is not okay. Plus, my mother was an Aries. Failure was not okay. And it wasn't okay. Like, it wasn't okay. You got your ass whooped. It wasn't okay. You made a mistake. You got hit. You understand? You fucked up on something. Not only did you get hit, but it fucking crushed your soul. It's like not only do you get hit, but you got told how much of a disappointment you are. And it's like, it's one thing being an adult and know who you are, and niggas are trying you and be like, yeah, all right, whatever. You're a little kid. And as a little kid, everything your parents say is biblical. That's it. It's truth, And like I said, not everybody's parents were like that. But in my age group, a lot of them were. Because they didn't know no better, They didn't know that that's not the way you talk to people. And a lot of the people in my tribe, their parents were immigrants. Most of the people in my tribe, they're first generation Americans. So America is very different than Panama. And ways that are done, the culture is different. So for me, it was like you had to be excellent. You had to make sure, my hands are fucking freezing. You had to, sorry, no cursing. you had to make sure that what you did was up to their standard. Because if it wasn't up to their standard, there's gonna be a problem, you know. And my parents had a way of, if you did something real bad, I wouldn't even say real bad because we weren't bad kids. I wasn't a bad kid. I had issues, but I wasn't a bad kid, you know. I never stabbed no one, never went to jail, you know, all that stuff. Anyway, they wouldn't talk to you for 2 weeks. Like, they just would pass you like you're not there. And it was terrible. It wasn't okay. Granted, that's what they knew to do, but it wasn't okay. It wasn't okay, you know. And it's like, it wasn't okay to not be up to their standard, because if you weren't up to their standard, they would just make you feel like shit, like you were stupid. The majority of my life, I swore I was stupid, you know. Now I got 2 degrees, you know, and holding a high position for my genre, you know. And it's just everything I was told I have to get rid of the residue, you know. And that residue is something else, because I've worked through a lot of stuff, to the fact that I could get to the point where I'm like, yeah, they did the best that they could when I was a kid. They did the best that they could. I get it. You understand? It took a lot to get there. You know, it took a whole lot to get there. But what's left over is the residue. You know, there's residue left over from the trauma that I went through. And then the funny thing is like, they have a completely different, probably, view on what went down, you know? And it usually is that way. The person who's on the receiving end of the bullshit usually has a very different view than you do, who's doing it. You know, you know why you're doing it. You know why it should be done. You understand? Because, at the same time, I am hella organized. I think about what I do, you know. And the funny thing is, it wasn't even just my parents that were like strict and required excellence from me at all times. And when I didn't live up to their standard, they would make me. I had bosses like that. I had friends like that. I had spouses like that. You had to jump through hoops. So failure is not okay, because the embarrassment is not like, you know, it's not cool. That embarrassment, that'll mess a person up, you know. And it's like that, what she said was 100% right. My success blocker is a fear of failure. Because if I feel like, I'm not going to sometimes it's not even like I fear doing stuff. I fear even trying, you know. And for me, it's not, now that I'm older and I am who I am, I'm a bad chick, I am who I am, a lot of people don't say anything to me. You know, they don't, like I told somebody something yesterday, people don't say anything to me, good or bad, for the most part. You know, it's like you're invisible. And that part is even worse sometimes, because then it's just like, why am I going to put all this stuff out here and put all this effort in for people not to even give a shit, you know? So that in itself is a particular type of failure, you know, a particular type of, you know, feeling of failure, you know, not being noticed. Not being noticed is just as bad as being noticed and attacked, you know. And I don't know, I'm rambling now. So the whole purpose of me doing this was One, to be consistent, working on being consistent. Content may not be great, just work on being consistent. That's what I was told. That's what I'm going to do. But if you've gone through what I've gone through, maybe not exactly, but it's like we all have parents, and some parents were more educated and gifted with children than others, and it's like a lot of things were instilled in us that shouldn't have been, and I don't know, I want to try to find my tribe, people who understand. And this is not for us to sit around and talk about how bad our childhood was and how messed up our parents are or still are and all that stuff, and then we just waddle in that momentum. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is showing other people there's more people who've gone through stuff, that's been through stuff, that survived stuff, that's thriving than you. It's not only you. There's a lot of us, especially Generation X, because we were the middle child, we were the middle generation, and a lot of things were done wrong, All right, here's my bus. Thanks for walking with me. Stay up, stay best. Have a great day. Peace out.